both cars now fit in the garage. Finished cleaning it out earlier, and yeah, it's just great to be able to have both of them in here, have a cleaner workspace overall. I kind of just tossed shit on this cart, but I gotta get to it. So I got here and I just can't help the urge to try and like do some paint correction on a small panel, like a small test portion here. So I put some black painter's tape here, and I'm gonna try and kind of do the paint correction process right here. And you can see, I mean, that's like, I mean, it's basically like fucking sandpaper. So I'm gonna try and go through the process. Let me see what it comes out to. We have a couple different ones. The one I'm gonna start with is this one, the Ultra Pro Speed Compound. This is an extra heavy cut. And then go down to this guy, and to this guy, and then to this guy. So I'm gonna test it on a panel and see how it does. So this is the Ultra Cut. We're just kind of working it in. Oh, that already looks tons better. And then look here, it's already a lot better. Some of these are pretty deep. So, but let's continue going through it and see what it addresses. All right, so you can see the difference here. I mean, if you look through, ignore the bead there to that with one step. That was the Ultra Pro Speed Compound. Now we're about to go around it with the Ultra Pro Finishing Polish. And that's what that bead is there. So different corner, you don't want to use the same corner that you were using before. You want to use a new corner. So we're just gonna get this stuff. And we're gonna start working it in. Let's just start working this in. All right, so I did it with the cut here, and look at how great that came out. You could, it's not perfect, it's a 30-year-old car, but compared to this, way better. And then here is with just the polisher, not cutting, and you can still see a lot of those deep scratches right there. So we didn't really do the cutting there. See a lot of those deep scratches here. Here you don't see any of those deep scratches anymore. And then here is neither. So here's just a polish. Here's a cut and a polish. And the cut made a huge difference, taking off these deep gouges. All right, so with that, we're gonna have to come back at it tomorrow and come tackle this. We're gonna clay bar it and then do the cut and polishing all around and see how it all comes out. So pretty rough. The track car, its whole, I mean, most of its life, got a lot of chips, a lot of chips. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna fill all those in, but we'll come back at it tomorrow and start that whole process. So let's get some sleep. All right, so that dent right there, we're gonna try and pull out. I don't know what I'm doing, but I bought a dent puller kit from Harbor Freight, so the worst that's gonna happen is I'm not gonna fix it, right? So might as well try and fix it. Comes with a glue gun, some pull tabs, this puller that kind of grabs on the outside, you get to yank on it, and some other stuff. Right there. I'm gonna stick it. Put it here. And that just came right. Okay. Off to a terrible start. So let's do this. Gonna kind of just lay it on thick on this guy. And then what we're gonna do, stick it on the dent. Now we're gonna come back later and let it dry. In the meantime, we're gonna clay bar the car. Alright, I'm starting to think about my decision to wrap it since I'm tracking it next week, but I think we say fucking send it. There's some spots I gotta touch up. I'm not really worried about the dent for now. But what I am worried about is like this right here where it's chipping. Sand that down a little bit just to smooth it out. Sand down that chip there. So start sanding some parts down, getting it ready. So work on that next. So that door is pretty much wrapped. Even with the not perfect wrap, I can't even tell where the freaking rock marks are. It's so bright. So we're just gonna roll with it. I think we're just gonna continue to roll with it. And honestly, that wasn't like the worst. Definitely the easiest panel, I'd say.
He's wrapping it and not worried about the fluids.
It's fine.
I want it to be.
The leaking.
It's leaking oil and you're worried about the wrap. Yeah, okay. Who are you trying to convince, dog?
The floor is wet, right?
So why do you want the floor to be wet?
It's to keep dirt from like flying up.
Oh,
like this.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. You're just gonna slip and fall at this point. It started raining, so I had to rearrange the cars. The R8 was outside and the RX7 was diagonally, so I could wrap it. So it's starting to rain, get pretty ugly. It's supposed to thunderstorm later. So I'm gonna have to just make do with what I can with this setup to continue wrapping it. But yeah, half the bumper on, kind of quarter of the bumper on, the door, panel. It's not the prettiest, but it'll work. So I'm super out of breath. I gotta continue mashing this out. So let's continue moving. We've got the driver door on. We had some hiccups here. I couldn't get the mirror off, the bolt is just seized in there. And then I had some hiccups around the mirror itself. And then dirt got in. It's just this whole panel is rough. But it's alright. I'm not too worried about it. The rear bumper came out really good. Really good. Couple hiccups. You know, maybe 3 or 4 hiccups on it, these little wormy things, but not bad. Rear quarter panel's done, passenger door is done, and we're starting on the driver fender. So it's coming around. I gotta be up at 5:30 in the morning for work, and it's currently almost 1 a.m. So car stuff will ruin your life. I want to knock out this fender before going to bed, so one less panel to do tomorrow. I've had to get in here, if you can even see that, to take off 3 bolts that are just like impossible to get to. So whoever installed this, it took them a while. 20 minutes I've been trying to take off those bolts on each side. So definitely, just in hindsight, I'm like, I would have just probably wrapped around the wing brackets, but whatever, it's off now. Oh. And the wing is off. It's been a long couple days wrapping the RX-7. Not only are we wrapping it, now we gotta track prep it for our first track weekend at Brainerd. And it's gonna be our first time taking the RX-7 out on the track, right? We've only owned it about a week. So I'm excited to get out there. We're doing triple track showdown, which is getting on Brainerd, short track, and then I think some autocross and stuff like that. But I don't really want to show the car anymore until I have it fully assembled and can do a video on that. But we didn't do a red roof, we did a black roof, and I don't know how I feel about it, so I guess we'll have to see. The worst case scenario is we order some more wrap and just do the roof. But yeah, we gotta do some final assembly, get these lights back in over there, and do some buttoning up. The battery in the car died. I went to start it, and yeah, something stayed on over the past day or two. I guess maybe because I left the door open or the hatch open. Those lights just slowly drain the battery. Luckily, I have a brand new Optimum battery in the corner that's ready to go in. I was gonna swap the battery out anyways. So yeah, let's get this car back together so we can showcase the wrap. Even though I have this tool cart, the past couple days I've had the worst habit. In general, I have this bad habit. Setting tools down, using them, setting them down, and then when I move around 5 minutes later, I need a tool again, can't find it. Like, I have the worst habit of doing that. So that's been the biggest waste of time. But, God, and the biggest problem is everything under this, like on the bottom of the car, is just nothing sticking to it. So I've been having to cut a lot of this. Pretty short. Just do a cut right there. The neighbors' cars are going nuts. My biggest thing is, anytime anybody asks me a question about the car, like, oh, why is this broken, or why is this? It's a race car. It's a track car. You know? Oh, why does the wrap look like shit? It's a track car, man. You know? Oh, why is your door handle not working? Or why is your window all fucked up? Why doesn't it roll up and down? It's a track car, you know? And if shit breaks, I save money by just saying it's a track car instead of just fixing it.